lately, and he's been doing so well. So we're gonna have a very manly game here, where we have the pink Protoss in the bottom left corner. He's gonna play versus the purple Terran in the top right corner. Osiris versus Jade. This is Osiris, by the way, as you can see. Is my stream looking okay? I haven't even checked it out at all. Oh wow, yeah, it looks good. Okay, happy. Casting like 2 games without checking if the stream is okay. It's kind of rushed into this casting. This is probably going to be the last game I cast. I'm sorry this stream is not up as much. Like I was saying in chat, we're trying to get more Starbow streamers to use this channel if they want to. Of course, if they already have a big fan base in their own channel, then they can do this. And I'm not saying we'll just open this channel freely for everyone. We kind of want to make sure that there's some quality to the content here. But to be honest, I'm the one usually on this channel, and my quality of my content isn't as incredibly wonderful, so the standard isn't that high. But making like a schedule or something is probably a good idea. I'll brush up the front page of this channel too to add in a schedule. I'll also make some more emotes so subscribers can have some fun. If you subscribe to this channel, all the proceeds will go to Starbow tournaments prize pools. Like, I'm not putting any of this money in my pocket, just FYI. So since it's basically my channel, so I could, but that's not the purpose of this channel. I have my own channel for that. It's not partnered though, so it won't happen. But my other channel I have actually could theoretically get partnered. Perhaps after the summer, it might get a little boost there because it's a speedrunning channel. I'll be joining one of the bigger speedrunning events, so I got a lot of followers after last event, so that could happen. We have Jade putting 1 guy in gas, which seems so odd. Okay, there we go, 2. Now 2. This is the very late 3 guys in. I'm gonna take my time putting guys in gas here, okay? I'm not in a rush. So he's gonna go for a 2 gate. Still no second pylon. 2 guys in gas. Okay, he's gonna go for just pure stalkers. So I'm curious what Osiris is doing. Yes, he's gonna make a barracks. He's gonna make a factory. He's gonna make banshees. He's gonna make reapers. He's not gonna make reapers. But I'm sure he's going to make banshees. I'm like sure he's going to make banshees. He loves his banshees. We're going to have a very fast dragoon. We're not going to have range because he doesn't have the gas. There we go. We got 3 in gas now. He's kind of filling out how much gas income he gets per worker, I suppose. This map is really interesting. Let's talk about this for a second. It has a natural base here, which is kind of normal with a nice choke here. But you also have a little tiny back choke, which you can block off with like 1 supply depot. This one leads to a potential 3rd base way over here, which is far away, but relatively easy to defend, at least from this point. You have like this high ground area here, which is kind of like a main road down one aisle, and it kind of leads to the other high ground area here, which is the main road down this aisle. Another potential 3rd base is this one, which is closer to your natural base a little bit, and it's easy to defend from the back here, but it's just big choke. And the 3rd one is kind of sneaky on the side here, which has a smaller choke, but all of them are kind of vulnerable from the high ground, this one especially. So what I really like about this map is that all the 3rd bases on this map are difficult to defend in one way or another, and they all have their advantages and disadvantages, but there's like no way to say like there's no way to say like this is the 3rd base, this is the 4th base, this is the 5th base. Like that really depends on your situation. That's what I really like about the map. And Osiris is going for a completely different style than I'm used to seeing him. He's usually so aggressive off of one base, going for reapers and banshees and vulture drops and all sorts of junk, and now he's just gonna safely try and go for a normal expand play versus a very solid macro gamer. And I think his own unique style would have shined a lot better here versus a very accomplished player like Jade than what he's currently going for. He's just going to try and macro it up, and we have 3 dragoons here. He's going to do so much damage. He needs to bring more SCVs because he's just going to pick off the SCVs, but here comes the siege tank and he's just fine. You can even lower the supply depot and start chasing them down a little bit, just like here, and then turn around back right again. Just run back again, because man, siege tanks, you don't want to lose them versus goons. In the meantime, he's actually going for quite a bit of pressure with the Stargate full up. I think he's going to either make a sentinel or maybe a scout, but I really want to see him taking expansion soon because he's falling so far behind now. I feel as soon as he has siege mode, he can slowly start and take this expansion. Put like a siege tank here in siege mode. Siege tank here in siege mode just blocks this entire ramp so well. If he gets like one over here or here as well, he should be just fine. Me too. I have no idea what he was talking about. Oh, there we go, finally. He was probably AFK and just read the chat log. Violet and Teddy Bear wants to... Well, they actually just played... Oh, did he scan? Oh, he's sneaking in an SCV. He sees that there's a Stargate thing going, and he's making a Goliath in response. I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, engineering bay. Yes, you need that for scan now, which might get changed. We'll see. We'll see. We're discussing it now. There's been some good arguments in favor that this is actually not the best change. Well, I'll just bring it up here so the Twitch chat can respond. So what if we remove the engineering bay requirement, but we increase scanning to be 50 energy instead of 35? So it hurts a little bit more to actually scan. And there's also been some complaints that overcharge plus reactors is just so strong. So that would be an indirect nerf to that, because scanning would be more expensive. So if you use a scan, you can't use as many overcharges anymore. So it's more of a choice. If you want to be a little bit more risky and just churn out more units, or if you want to get more information. So I think that's actually the way to go. Someone suggested that, and I think that was a good suggestion. And that was someone who's played Starbow quite a bit and is very well versed in Starbow, suggested that it wasn't just some random person. So, what do you think, chat? 50 energy, no eBay requirement? Let me know, and I'll read it later. So, Osiris getting up. We got some scouts incoming here. Sorry, I hope I didn't miss any other scouts, but this scout's not going to do anything. Like, he has so many missile turrets and Goliaths ready for this scout, and he can contain a little bit. I think he should stop scout production like right away after he sees this, but he's got his base up. I think Jade should just try and get a third, right, maybe here with blocking there, or just putting some cannons there for versus vultures later on. There's already some goons. Let me just, since the game is down a little bit, let me just look at chat. Oh, what? It's skipping frames now? Let me look at my chat here. Okay, so no chat activity on the changes there. Okay, well maybe I'm too early. There's quite a delay on Twitch now. I haven't set any delay on, but it's still like a default delay, which is quite long. And then you can make it even longer. Almost losing his scout there, but he's fine. So we're gonna have a very passive game at this point. I like Jade's surround here. He just sees like any movement, like might be a dropship there, but he knows there are scouts in there. He doesn't want to risk a dropship. There's no way you want to do that. And we're gonna have a lot of production coming out of Osiris. Let's look at his APM. Osiris, okay, wow, I thought it was gonna be a lot higher because he has played a lot lately, but I guess his APM isn't the highest, but he's very good at just churning out a nice solid build here. I'm curious to see what Jade is going for. He's just going for more gateways now. He's going for some upgrades, going for Storm, most interestingly, and he can actually quite soon put up arbiter tribunal, can't talk today, and get that out of the Stargate. That's gonna be very interesting to see. So not a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Let's see if someone replied now. No, no one replies. Ah, so sad. Okay, well, just enjoy the show, I guess. Don't think about balance and design. Those are the stuff that we have to think about. So Osiris almost in range of killing that Dragoon. I feel he could be slow pushing now and probably not kill his opponent, but he could probably do some damage. Ooh, I just need to send a text real quick here. Let me just follow a unit. You. I follow you. Yeah, very little professional me to send text now, but let me share a nice piece of information while I'm sending a text. My brother just yesterday proposed to his girlfriend, and she said yes, and they're getting married. And I haven't talked to him. He just sent me a text about it. I haven't talked to him yet, so he wanted to talk to me about that, of course. So I'm gonna call him later. I just had to respond to that. Like, I can't ignore him. Once, like yesterday, I learned that he's engaged to get married. So congrats to him. It's really cool. He's been dating this lovely girl, and I'm so happy for them. Okay, so here we go. Osiris pushing out with a lot of tanks, almost as exciting as my brother getting married. And these Dragoons are just gonna die. These Zealots are not gonna do much either with all these vultures present. Actually, not enough vultures. He's taken a lot of time building all these siege tanks up, and he really needs to reinforce this push with a ton of vultures, I feel. And maybe a couple of Goliaths. They're kind of oddly placed now. He's not pushing. He's just kind of repositioning his army. In the meantime, though, Jade is kind of not really responding either. It's just sacrificing a few units. They're both kind of like... Okay, there we go. Osiris, I think, is going for a very, very slow push. Which I guess you have to do. Mech is very strong on this map, though. There's a lot of valleys and ridges and whatnot. So there we have it. We're gonna... I was like, I'm so excited. It's gonna be a push, and then still almost nothing is happening. We have the vultures now with the new micro, and there's a lot of mines coming down here, which are now following the units in a different way than they used to. But it's been up for a while. Ooh, this let's demonstrate. That's how they work. Yeah, you don't want to go there with the high templars. I like the vultures trying to circumvent the army. They're making sure all the flanking positions are covered with mines. That's exactly how you play Mech, and he's going for this position. I love it. This is the... No, you don't want to have the siege tanks down there again. Well, I guess he can go from both positions. Nice storm there, actually. Getting a couple of vultures. Calling down a couple of SCVs to repair as well. We're going to have the siege tanks pushing here. These siege tanks are very vulnerable to zealots, though. Well, these are much more protected. But if you can... Wow, very technical push from Osiris here. And we're going to see a two-flanked attack. One up here and one down here. And it seems that Osiris is winning on all fronts. We might lose this front, but definitely winning up here. And Jade is just gonna try and make sure he doesn't lose too hard on both fronts. So, kind of going back in again. Man, that cell phone noise is loud. So yeah, Jade in a very rough position. Osiris with a very strong push, and Osiris got to feel good about himself. He might just beat Jade, who's actually a professional StarCraft 2 gamer, who hasn't played Starbow in a while though, to his own defense here. Happy to see Jade back on the ladder, though. I wish more like really good StarCraft 2 players would actually play Starbow ladder, not just to play in some league, but you know, they are on a tight schedule and there's not a lot of money in Starbow at the moment, so it's completely understandable they stick to Heart of the Swarm. I'm pretty sure Ryong and some of the other guys at Axiom, especially maybe Ryong. Ooh, forgot Observatory, that sucks. Might have played more Starbow if they had time for it, though. Just a feeling I have. Especially when Ryong twitters that Starbow is so much fun. Ooh, just misses the Observer with that scam, but he really needs to move away that Observer now before the missile turret finishes. Something tells me it will be able to get away anyway, though, just by the auto, as long as it's not on hold position. But this push and this area to defend, you really need to bring your army around, and that is exactly what Jade is doing, but it might be too late for that. A lot of vultures going to come in there. He's going to get the new production cycles in here, though, and he might be able to surround the army of Osiris here, though. A lot of mines up. He's trying to soak as much as he can with the zealots. He's gonna kill so many workers here, though. Here we go. Here comes the two-pronged attack. Can he hold this? Osiris is going to be attacked from two places. I think Jade is going to be able to clean up this push. But in the meantime, I feel Osiris has been given a lot of times to rebuild his army. And Jade has suffered a lot of losses. He's going to try and... Yes, he kills off the reinforcements, though, which is really good. Can he get the siege tank as well? That would be a very nice little victory for Jade. Oh, no, actually, wow. I thought the splash damage was going to kill the siege tank for sure. But Jade actually kind of stabilizing here. He's not a lot of workers, though. He only has 37 probes versus 47 SCVs. But in the meantime, Osiris... I was going to say he doesn't have a third base, but he does. So he's just fine. And I like this third base from Osiris. He can be a little bit more aggressive and try to keep his bases a little more closer to each other, while Jade can do these things because he's Protoss and he's more mobile. Ooh, he's going to lose the siege tank to a scout. That's always so painful to watch. He had a lot of Goliaths, but they all died. So I thought Osiris was going to close out the game there, but Jade, man, he's actually up in supply now, and he's doing quite well. And this... Scout is so annoying. 2 siege tanks killed for this scout, and we have the Dragoons here incoming. And Jade might actually be able to break this position. A lot of nice storms there, blanketing all the vultures, and wow, Jade turning this game around. Does he know about the third base? He doesn't, or else he could turn around and try and snipe this base. He might be able to hold it since it is a planetary. But he could at least he should send over just a few units to bait out a planetary activate and then come back later with the rest of his army. He's going to try and pick off some High Templars. Wow, that storm just killed both of the vultures straight up. Yeah, they're only 70 HP. I think they used to be 80. I think they actually been nerfed a little bit. No one can say that vultures are not OP. So okay, here we go. He's going to try and take down this planetary. He needs to activate it. He needs to repair it. There we go. It's activated. He's getting all the repairs. He might be able to hold this actually, because of all the repairs. Yes, and he knows it's on a. Oh, and here comes all the vultures. He knows it's on a cooldown. So if he just comes back in a couple of seconds, like give it 10 more seconds, then he comes back again, he could kill off the planetary actually. Without, or it could at least damage it a lot without losing any units. But yeah, he's gonna try and use the vultures to pick off the stormers, the High Templars, forcing them to make an Archon there. The fact that Archon morphing can't be cancelled, I think, is genius. Like game design wise. So he's gonna siege up the tanks here, but so much storm and so many units from Jade, making life difficult for Osiris. And Osiris really wants to have this high ground to control, make it so much easier for him to defend this third base, but he's just denied time after time from Jade. Jade can't really push into this though. Well, Archon can, because it's... Oh, he doesn't have any observers, does he? Oh, he's gonna lose his whole army to spider mines. Yeah, you wanna get out of there, dude. Oh, there's a hidden Archon in the bush. Bah! I was trying... Okay, that was horrible. Trying to do a... Archon's gonna come and get you noise, like... peekaboo noise from Archon, but I have no idea how Archons do peekaboo noises. He's just gonna lose those watchers. Unfortunate. So we have lots of SCVs transferring. They should be transferring quite safely. He really wants to get another base up. Has he just been making SCVs the whole time? Almost has. He's got a lot of SCVs incoming. The main base mined up. Main base is pretty much mined out here too. Do we have an Arbiter Tribunal? We still do not have an Arbiter Tribunal. He's just sticking with gateway units added with High Templars and Archon, which is still gateway units, but it's more higher tech gateway units. And this High Templar just turned it out in the last moment. Oh, this is like field day for the scout. So annoying. Aww, hey, yes, Finn. So in the meantime, Jade is taking this base quite safely. He's gonna... The Osiris, with the sniping High Templar strategy with Vultures, is still trying to get that up and running. Don't really know what Osiris can transition into, except for just getting more and more upgrades for his mech. Maybe some science vessels for EMP would be maybe an interesting way to transition out of this. Ooh, the scout actually, for some reason or another, wants to fly into this, and not a good idea. And I don't think Jade should attack this either. This is starting to become a very strong position for Osiris, but Osiris really wants to kill off these Spider-Mans here that are in between the siege tanks. So, game stabilizing a little bit again. Osiris in a surprisingly decent position, considering how poorly it's been going for him lately. Jade in a very good position, but finally getting his fourth base up, so it's been a while. I like his base setup here. He should just have one cannon here, though, in case the vultures run by down here. We're gonna... Oh, he's gonna try and snipe more High Templars! Man, that's so annoying. I think this is the next base for Jade to take. Yeah, definitely this one. Or maybe even sneak in this one. This map is very interesting, though. I do feel it, like, even though he has a good position, like Jade could at any time just walk all the way around here and just attack Jade Osiris natural. So there's a lot of little tricky stuff you can do here. And they're not as obvious, I feel, as some of the weird paths on SC2 maps. Jade is actually going to take this map, this base it seems, which I kind of disagree with, or he's just checking for expansions perhaps. Here finally comes some vultures moving out. He really should get in here, because we got a cannon there, but he can go down here, dude, and... Oh, but he's just gonna clean up this mineral line instead. We should get mines here. Oh, it's too late. Get up here and get mines on the high ground. There we go. Quickly, quickly. You can actually kill a lot of Zealots. Oh, but they're all trapped. Very nice move from Jade there. You can micro an infinite amount of Zealots. Yeah, you see that? How he micros? It's really cool. You can shoot 180 degrees, turn around, if you micro correctly. It's quite hard to do. It's not that hard to do, but it's very micro intensive to do, so you can't really macro at the same time unless you're Gosu. So that makes it kind of fair. Like, sure, you're gonna lose some Zealots, but your opponent's not gonna be able to macro. So I like this, the small task force moving around the map. You're gonna check this base for expansion. If there's nothing here, it's probably gonna move down here, or maybe move around, kill this, and try to kill the natural. But wow, Osiris is mining out his bases so fast. I missed something. Oh, an EEP went off. Cool. Yeah, it's just gonna force some Archons to be morphed, which is quite nice. Just gonna kill this one. I like the textures on this map. Very few people can pull off the the autumn look, like winter is coming look. This is really has the winter is coming look to it. And you have like the, sorry, doing a lot of damage here, but you had like the bird that was flapping around here earlier, which is very, very like the last days of summer bird. So I really like the look on this map. This Rangu who did this map is it's the only map in the map pool that's not done by Izil or Miral. And I think he did a really good job at it, to be honest. He actually made this for StarCraft 2, and he just made some slight modifications for Starbow with it. So, and it's turned out really well. Osiris now is really pushing Jade back. Jade finally has Arbiters out. He only has one. And he's getting Scouts to counter the Science Vessels. There's not a lot of Science Vessels in the air either. Oh, there's 3. Okay, wow, he's been making a lot of them. Sorry, I missed that. I don't look at the production tab much, I just have it open. You got status field incoming. Might as well use Storm on the Vultures, since 1, it's fairly effective, and 2, they're probably going to pick off the High Templars if it doesn't. If you can just get the Arbiters over the army, though, the Vultures can't do nothing unless he scans. So if you got any more viewers here, let me... Ooh, that's going to do so much damage. Let me just repeat what I said earlier. What do you think if we removed... Those are the birds I was talking about, by the way. What do you think if we removed the engineering bay requirement for scan that we just added in the latest patch and replaced it with scan costing 50 energy instead of 35? So scan comes a little bit earlier, but it's more expensive, and it's an even more incentive to get the lighter transmission upgrade as well. And then it's also kind of an indirect nerf to early game reactor, where you might want to save for scanning, not sure if you want to use overcharge too much with the reactors. So System, I think it's a really good idea in myself. I think it's a very nice way to nerf it in a logical and simple manner without putting in some weird requirements. And I don't think too many people are going to get mad about it, neither Terran players nor non-Terran players. So something to think about. Is he going to try and go for a stasis? He is. He's going to stasis a lot of units, but he lost the Arbiter, and these units are not siege tanks. And that's, like, you really want to stasis the siege tanks. Those are the damage dealers. Here we go, though. I gotta zoom out a lot for this match. Wow, I can't cover this everything. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Starbow. I'm trying to cover everything. When these big battles are happening, I don't feel like I got nothing to say. Just watch it, man. We see Jade taking the match. A lot of good storms. GG, actually, from Osiris already. I feel that was kind of premature GG. It's not that far behind, but there we have it. Jade taking that game in a beautiful end engagement, ending with a big climax. That's a good place for him to leave. Yeah.